Well, welcome. Well, today we are at Rescue Hill, and some of you have heard of Rescue Hill. It's a phenomenal ministry here in Arlington, and Amanda Pettit is the executive director. And want her to, you just tell us a little bit, kind of a snapshot of what Rescue Hill does and how it impacts the lives of young ladies.
Okay, so the three things that Rescue Hill does, we always say we are about innovation, collaboration, and stabilization. Innovation is really our advocacy piece. It's helping women that have been trafficked come into, maybe it's not, there's not a resource specifically for what she needs that has the anti-trafficking stamp on it, but we can find that resource for her and really further her healing in that process. We also collaborate. That's one of our core things is we work with a lot of other orgs because we believe that we truly are better together than we are apart. Our stabilization home, Starla House, has been born out of, we had emergency beds and we would have the girls for 48 hours and realized you can't possibly make a good life decision in 48 hours when you're in crisis. So is there another way? Is there a way we could do this better? And so Starla House was developed, stabilization, which people use differently, but for us, it means 30 to 90 days of respite. Catch their breath, get medical care they haven't had, dental, psych, start some therapy, just literally just pause life for a minute to be able to have that agency to make their next good decision.
Yeah. I love it, man. Incredible work. And we ask you to, identify somebody that you would like to kind of recognize and give them the chance to kind of share their story. And you brought Amy. Why did you ask Amy to be a part of this interview today?
I think when we opened Starla House, we were looking for the best people to come in, and there's a difference between residential and advocacy. Advocacy, you do step into that crisis moment with them. You walk through hard decisions, big decisions to actually seek and get help. But then when they come in to a residential program, it's scary too. I mean, they don't know where they're going, what that's going to look like. So we looked for the absolute best staff, team members, to be a part of that. And when Amy applied, I had known her previously just about this much. When she applied, we were super excited to have her. And then we started to really see the goodness of Amy and the way that she could relate with the women. And the thing they've all said about her is, Amy listens to me.
I love that. One of the things we talk about a lot at Lake Church is just how hurry is the enemy of love. And one of the practical ways that typically expresses itself is people don't listen well. And everybody's busy, but to listen well is such a beautiful trait. What were you doing before you came to Rescue Hill?
I still am in school, and I was doing volunteer work as a CASA.
Okay, yeah, great organization. Yeah. What led you to come to this space? I mean, what was appealing to this? Because this is hard work.
That is a great question. At first, I was approached a while ago, and I actually said no the first time when Amanda had emergency beds. And when stabilization became a fruition, I was reached out again and said, hey, would you consider this? And that was a harder no. That was something that I wasn't just able to say no to. And I felt God really tugging on my heart and said, no, it's time to be still and listen. And I didn't know what I was getting into by any means. But the moment I walked in, I said, okay, God, this is where I'm supposed to be.
What's something that kind of keeps you up at night in regards to, metaphorically speaking, but what weighs on you on a regular basis with this job?
Their heart. Their heart. I know from my own past and my own lived in life that I just wanted to be seen and to be heard. And I know when I meet these women, most of the time they've gone through life never feeling like someone saw them. So I really think that's the gift that God's given me, is that I will go into the room and give them everything. And my goal is that when they leave me, that they feel like somebody saw them.
Can you tell us maybe a story? Obviously, we want to be thoughtful about names and stuff like that, but kind of generally speaking, a story of a situation that was really tough, but you've been able to see, the flower blossom per se a little bit.
Early on, we had a client who didn't want to be there. She had no intentions on staying, but a very short time, and then going back on into her life. And it was towards the end of her stay. She and I were sitting at the dining table just having a conversation, and she looked at me and said, "Never in my life have I had so many genuine people."
Wow.
Just to be able to be a part of that and be a part of her community and give her a piece of knowing that there's another side.
Rescue Hill needs to be known by more people. Like it's a phenomenal resource. And but what would be one or two things that you would just want kind of the church member or the person off the street to just know about the DNA of Rescue Hill?
You can see the brokenness when you walk into the room, and it's heavy. Sometimes it's disguised by laughter,
sure,
or even anger, but the brokenness is always there. And so just to be able to be a part of their community and get to love on them as if Jesus would, there's nothing better.
It would be really easy to get burned out. I mean, y'all see just awful things. Like what refreshes you?
So for me, as my husband, he is my rock. He is my home. So he is always the one that I will run to first. But the other is my team. They are incredible. They're all loving. They're funny. They each have incredible traits. And you know exactly what you need from each one of them. And I couldn't have asked for a better organization to be able to work with so many intelligent and brave women, and just to be able to sit sometimes in their presence and listen to them and learn from them and be able to glean as much as possible has been a fantastic opportunity.
That's good. So there's a lot of stereotypes about kind of the women that y'all would be serving. Talk to us about kind of what's real.
Sure.
Like, what do we really need to know?
Absolutely. When I first came into Rescue Hill, I probably had my own preconceived notions of the kind of women that I would be working with. Quickly did I find out that was just not the case. There is everyone from different walks of life that have walked through those doors. Different personalities, from really shy to really hard. And on top of that, you think that they're going to have a lot of street smarts. They've been exposed to a lot. But the truth is that their life has been so traumatic that at those moments that trauma begins, it really stunts them emotionally, maturity-wise, intellectually-wise. They come in and they are really little girls who just want to test the waters, see how far they can get, and make sure that you're still going to be there the next day.
Yeah. So one of the things that we wanted to do, just as a church, we call this 2 for 1. And so we ask our church members on the second Sunday of every month to express a little bit more generosity so that we can bless financially somebody who is serving really well in the community. And it also gives us an opportunity to come to a Rescue Hill. Amanda said, Amy's the girl. And so we wanted to give you $1,000 just to say thank you. And maybe that's helpful during Christmas, right? But just to say thank you. Thanks for serving our community. Thanks for loving the women and those legacies that are being changed forever. And it's real honor for me to be here and sit with you guys and to hear your story and to listen to how you minister. I've been the student today. So thank you very much.
Thank you.